Have you ever wondered what the most disturbing story in the Bible might be? Forget what you thought you knew, because today I'm taking you through a biblical tale so shocking that most Sunday schools completely skip over it. The story of Elisha and the she-bears might just be the most controversial 3 verses in the entire Bible. Picture this. A respected prophet gets teased about being bald, and the next thing you know, 42 young people are being mauled by bears. Yes, you heard that right. And no, I'm not making this up. This is actually in the Bible, tucked away in 2 Kings chapter 2. But before you click away thinking this is just another shock value Bible story critique, I promise you, by the end of this video you'll understand this troubling tale in ways most people never consider. And trust me, it's not as simple as prophet gets mad, God sends bears. So what's really happening in this strange and unsettling story? Let's break it down. The incident occurs right after the prophet Elisha has taken over from the legendary Elijah. He's just performed his first independent miracle by purifying the water supply of Jericho, and he's heading to the city of Bethel when a group confronts him. Now, here's where things get interesting. Many English translations call these mockers little children, but the original Hebrew terms are far more complex. The phrase nerim ketanim can actually refer to anyone from young children all the way to young adults. This translation choice completely changes how we perceive the story. But wait, it gets even more intriguing. The geographical and cultural context is crucial here. This confrontation happens near Bethel, which wasn't just any city. Despite its name meaning house of God, Bethel had become a major center of idolatrous worship in ancient Israel. It was essentially headquarters for religious rebellion against the God that Elisha represented. So when these individuals mock Elisha by saying, "Go up, you bald head," they aren't just making fun of his appearance. The phrase "go up" is likely a sarcastic reference to Elijah's miraculous ascension to heaven. They're essentially saying, "Why don't you disappear like your master did?" This wasn't innocent teasing. It was a deliberate challenge to Elisha's prophetic authority in a city known for rejecting God's messengers. I know what you're thinking, but bears mauling 42 people? How is that ever justified? It's the question that makes this story so difficult for modern readers. But consider this. In ancient Israel, prophets weren't just religious figures. They were seen as direct representatives of God. Mocking a prophet wasn't just personal disrespect. It was viewed as rejecting God himself. The Hebrew word translated as tor, or mauled, doesn't necessarily mean the bears killed everyone. It could indicate serious injuries rather than fatalities. And while 42 might seem like an oddly specific number, in Hebrew tradition, numbers often carried symbolic meaning beyond their literal count. But here's what fascinates me most about this story. The different ways scholars have interpreted it throughout history. Some see it as a straightforward literal account of divine judgment. Others view it as a cautionary tale with symbolic elements. Jewish commentaries suggest these weren't innocent youths, but malicious individuals who had been exploiting the people of Jericho before Elisha's water-purifying miracle. Think about it this way. If you only read these 3 verses in isolation, you miss the entire context. This story appears at a pivotal moment in Israel's history, when the nation was deeply divided between those who followed God and those who had embraced idolatry. The bears become a powerful symbol of the consequences of rejecting God's message. I'll be honest, I still find aspects of this story troubling, but that's precisely what makes the Bible so fascinating. It doesn't shy away from difficult narratives that challenge our modern sensibilities. Instead, it invites us to dig deeper, to understand the cultural and historical context, and to wrestle with complex theological questions. So what lessons can we draw from this ancient and perplexing tale? Perhaps it's about the seriousness of mockery and disrespect in a culture where honor was everything. Maybe it's about the establishment of Elisha's prophetic authority in a time of religious crisis. Or possibly it's a stark reminder of the consequences of rejecting divine guidance. Whatever interpretation resonates with you, one thing is clear. This story wasn't included in Scripture to be skipped over or ignored. It challenges us to move beyond surface-level readings and engage with the text in its full complexity. If you found this deep dive into one of the Bible's most controversial stories intriguing, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the overlooked and misunderstood passages of ancient texts. Drop a comment with your thoughts or questions about this story. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you want to see more videos like this one, check out my playlist on biblical stories they never taught you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.